Hey, this is the Bad Guy Spoken Podcast, and this is another episode of Top 5. Now, this top 5 is top 5 Mortal Kombat DLC characters. I know this is a weird one, but this is like, I'm excited for, Melina and Rambo and Rain coming out here soon. But I will say, and there was a leak that says we're going to get up to 5 combat packs. Hopefully it's true, but we're going to see. Now, for my top 5, number 5 is going to be Kenshi. Blind Kenshi in Mortal Kombat 9. At the time, I was like, this is crazy. Like we got another we got another good swordsman there. Like it was always Scorpion. I feel like a Scorpion was always the one he used his sword for different reasons. But with Kenshi, bringing him back, I think he fit Mortal Kombat 9 perfectly. And I feel like he would fit Mortal Kombat 11 perfectly too if they brought him back. But at the time, Kenshi was cold. It was close. Scarlet almost got that number 5 spot. Because I think Scarlet in Mortal Kombat 9 was better to use than Mortal Kombat 11. Mortal Kombat 11, she's mostly range. And usually when I play people online, they just stand back and just hit the floor with that blood thing, or they just keep shooting blood at you. And then they come close to do that hook. It's the same thing over and over again. Fighting a Scarlet user, and I hate it. Number 4, Shao Kahn. Mortal Kombat 11, Shao Kahn. I think at first, when they first put him in the game, he was ridiculous. Now I think he's even colder now, but he was ridiculous then. Now I noticed like some of his moves, like he has an uppercut. It looks like it's faster now from when I first used him. Because I used him for a minute, and then I used him again. His uppercut was so much faster now with that hammer. But I think Shao Kahn being like the ultimate bad guy. Like, I know Shang Tsung was the first bad guy, but Shao Kahn was like the main bad guy. It felt like to me back in the old Mortal Kombat days. Number 3, my personal favorite horror villain of all time, Freddy Krueger. He's the only one that really spooked me like he did. Like Jason Voorhees, Michael Myers, they didn't really do shit for me because they were walking. I could run and get past them, and I'm not these random girls that trip and fall. Like, oh my god, they just goofy and shit like that. Nah, he got you in your sleep. Got you with whatever your dream was. Excuse me, not a burp. Like whether you like really liked or really didn't like, he would play against you. So if you remember the movie, there was a guy who couldn't speak. Basically, he got that nigga by just putting his dream girl in there. And he's like, oh, bet. And she was in the water bed and Miss turned to Freddy and snatched him up and got him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it don't always got to be, your greatest fear is like when he turned the girl into a cockroach. She was afraid of roaches. Turned into a cockroach and made her work out and broke her arms and then squeezed the roach motel thing and killed her. It ain't always like that. So I was like, whew. So I was wondering what all they can do with him. And I feel like if they also brought him back too, I feel like he would have been perfect now. Especially what they brought back. They had the Babalities on that one. I always thought Babalities was stupid, but I like the ideas of friendships. I know that sounds weird, but like the friendship was just goofy. But I don't know. I don't like the Babalities. I think it's stupid. But the friendship, it just works with whatever power you got, so it's like they can do certain things. And it's just like, oh, okay. But I feel like they can do. I also feel like they need to have a DLC pack with just fatalities, like just one fatality pack. Everybody gets an additional fatality. I feel like that would be lit. Number 2. This is a controversial one because some of y'all may not see it this way, but it technically was. Number 2 was Scorpion. I know you're thinking, when was he DLC? Back in the day, they didn't have DLC. What they did was they would just make the same game and call it something different. Like Street Fighter 2, that one had 1,000,001 DLC packs. I consider those DLC packs when you had Super Street Fighter, Hyper Street Fighter 2, something. You know what I'm saying? There's always a different name like that. But it was like all they would do was add another stage or 2. It was still the second one, but it was the second one plus 2 more characters and another stage. So it's still the same exact game, same graphics and all, just they added this. So it was technically DLC. It was like if you got the last version of it, then you got like the best one, I feel like. And I feel like that's what Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3 was. Mortal Kombat 3 was missing Johnny Cage. I'm trying to think who on. Melina. I feel like it was missing all the females. Melina, Katana, Scorpion, Johnny Cage. No. I'm thinking Johnny Cage was in Mortal Kombat Trilogy. I know he was in Mortal Kombat Trilogy for sure, but I can't remember if he was in Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But I know for a fact that because I played Mortal Kombat Trilogy a lot. That was when I played back in the day a lot. But I still consider Scorpion a DLC character for Mortal Kombat 3 because Mortal Kombat 3 they took him out for some odd reason. I'm going to look into why, but I know they took him out. Raiden was even taken out. They took a whole bunch of different people out. It was just like, it was weird. That whole game was a weird. I didn't like that game. Especially like if I go back and play it now, like I really don't go back and play that one. I will go back and play the second one. That was my favorite one for the longest until Deadly Alliance. I would say Deadly Alliance was really good for its time. And then Deception came out and blew it out the water. And then Armageddon was ass. And then Mortal Kombat 9 was my favorite Mortal Kombat game for a minute. Until this one. I thought 10 was ass. I played it just because it was newer, but I would still go back and play Mortal Kombat 9. But I'm gonna go to number 1. And his funny thing is he's not even one of my favorite characters either, but the way they made him on this game was wild. And it's Shang Tsung. What made me excited about Shang Tsung was they got the original actor from the movie. I thought that was cool. I was like, man, they got him. They got the original voice actors, like, you know, well, not voice actor, the original actor got to do the voice. Then they got this actual likeness in the game. Then they like made his moveset cold. Then the hype behind him, it was good. Like it's like how the hype they're doing for Melina is now, but with Shang Tsung, I just thought he was cold. And then I used him. I still use him to this day. We going nuts with people online. Him and Johnny Cage now we going nuts with. But yeah, I think they did a great thing with Shang Tsung. That's the original bad guy. That's the first bad guy. Before Goro, well, I'm gonna say before Goro because it was technically the same game. But I'm saying like that was what I considered the main boss. I know Goro was that monster you fight right before him, the sub boss, but he was, in my opinion, Shang Tsung was the main boss until Shao Kahn came along. So it's like those two are the main bosses to me. I don't really count Shinnok, even though he's pretty much the devil. Onaga, Blaze, how about to say, what's that girl's name? Time check. I don't know why I can't think of Chronica. I kept wanting to say Chrono Electra, but I don't know why that name popped in my head. It was just ignorance. Yeah, it got cut midway through. Somebody called me like mid recording, messed up the whole thing. Okay. But yeah, I just wanted to say that those was my top 5. I'd say top 5 DLC characters, and I can do a top 5 characters who I want in there too. So far, usually I have a list ready, but I'm gonna do it right off the top of my head. In no specific order. For Mortal Kombat 11, who I want in there, I'm going Quan Chi, Havoc. I feel like Quan Chi, like just like how Mortal Kombat 10 was, I feel like you can do a lot with him. He's a sorcerer. He's like Shang Tsung. You can do whatever you want with him. He can turn into people if you wanted to, because technically he did. He turned into Sub-Zero and faked out Scorpion. So he can do that. Then he can, saying he's pretty much like the co-leader of hell, so he can do whatever he wants there too. So what I'm saying? You can have people come from hell and do all kind of different stuff. Like, you can do all kind of stuff with Quan Chi, man. Sorcerer, and he got the horse. He can just kind of like how Johnny Cage sends his stuntman to you. He can do stuff with the horse. He can jump on the horse, and maybe do an attack, stuff like that. You can do all kind of stuff. Number 4 would be I said Reiko. No, I said Havoc. My fault. But Reiko's in there too. Havoc. Havoc's another one. You know what I'm saying? He has some really weird moves. He can break his bones. I feel like maybe you have a thing where if he wanted to gain health, he can like break a bone. Like he just snap his own neck, gain health, break his own arm, gain health, stuff like this. Is goofy stuff like that. So it's like you'll never know what with him. Like he can throw it in the combo, like it's like kind of like, or you can do like a buff. It makes him stronger, something like that. You can do different stuff like that. I feel like that would work with him. He could throw limbs at you and get it back. I feel like he'd be good. Reiko, we still don't know anything about him. Whether he's Shao Kahn's like protege. I don't know. Like we don't know what he is, so we can do stuff with that still. They can still be mysterious with that, but they can throw little things in it, like how they had on the Armageddon, where he just randomly had the Shao Kahn's helmet and just like kind of rushed at you like that. You can do stuff like, you can still do stuff like that. Like maybe you could throw a hammer, like a little baby hammer, something like that. I feel like he'd be good with that. Number 2, I know I said I want to bring Freddy Krueger back, but let's keep it on the people that were technically Mortal Kombat characters and not characters from something else, if that makes sense. Like not guest characters, just Mortal Kombat only. Number 2, it will probably be Dairu. That's how you say that nigga's name. The bald nigga with the ponytail sitting back here. I feel like he would work. Like I said, this isn't a specific order because, like I said, I don't think like, oh, of all the niggas, hey, that's the number 2 nigga of all time. You want? No, this is in no specific order. I feel like he'd be good too. He would fit. Number 1 is Takeda. Excuse me. I think Takeda would fit perfectly in there, especially with him being taught by. Oh, you know what? Take Dairu out. Put Kenshi in. I know he's been DLC before, but Kenshi would be cold for this game too. There's a few, man. Because we still got Ermac. Ermac would go crazy on this. Oh my gosh. On them teleportation stuff he can, bro. And honestly, Ermac might have the best fatalities. Ermac and Quan Chi, they're fighting for the best fatalities of all time. So I don't know. But yeah, there's a few people in there that I want to see. Dang, yeah. Well, we got 5 combat packs to see what they're gonna do with it, and we keep getting celebrity guests. But there's really no celebrity guests I really want to see in there, because the only one I want for was Freddy Krueger, and they put him on Mortal Kombat 9, and I feel like I would have appreciated more if they put him and Jason Voorhees in the same game. We had that Freddy versus Jason battle, but beggars can't be choosers. I mean, they're giving us Rambo versus Terminator, but like I really felt like Freddy vs. Jason would be better if they found a way to make that happen. Because they gave us Leatherface, and I feel like nobody wanted Leatherface. That was just random. I feel like he was random. I feel like Rambo's random too, but I feel like from what I see in the gameplay watch for Rambo, he's going to fit in perfectly. But yeah, we're going to see. Well, so another episode of Top 5. Go ahead and keep it tight.